I remember in my childhood, I used to run a library when I was 10 years old. So I used to rent it out for 10 paisas, 20 paisas, 25 paisas. So one fine day, I thought that when we are prescribing these medicines, we are feeding the different channel. All that channel, they are enjoying the margins. And doctors are left with a very little margin, you can say, because we
Right.
don't get any perks on whatever we prescribe.
Right.
So one lady, all of the sudden, all of nowhere, she came to me. She was 17 years old, and she was telling me that I have a exam phobia. I just casually counseled her and said that nothing will happen. Just concentrate on your studies. I'll give something for the concentration, for memory and confidence. And the very next week, she committed suicide because you have such a flourishing practice, and why you
Correct.
want
You were
to
a
do
doctor
this?
yourself. You
Even
could have
my
had.
mom said that why you want to burden yourself.
Hi, friends. Welcome back to NariUdyami, a channel where we cover stories of resilient women entrepreneurs. Like every episode, we have Dr. Sonali Sarnobat today, a seasoned, accomplished entrepreneur, a social activist, an author, and then somebody who is creating a change anywhere that she goes. We will explore and understand the different facets that she has developed so far in her journey. We will understand her story from her own words and all the challenges that she navigated to reach where she has reached today. Welcome, Dr. Sonali Sarnobat.
Thank you.
So, you've been a multifaceted personality, and you have got yourself involved and also created a niche in everything that you're doing. Can you please just give an overview of your ventures and what products you're doing, what kind of factory you have, and how many people work for you? A general overview of
Yeah,
what you are having.
sure, why not? See, Prakash ji, I'm born with the entrepreneur genes, you can say. I remember in my childhood, I used to run a library. So that library was my own books, and I used to rent it out. So at that time, nearly this is what, 40 years back when I was 10 years old. So I used to rent it out for 10 paisas, 20 paisas, 25 paisas, 1 rupee.
Okay.
And that was a huge money for me actually that time.
And this was
that
when?
used to, yeah,
This was when? When was this?
when I was 10 years old in
Okay.
Belgaum.
Okay.
Yeah, so my friends, their parents, they used to take those books for reading. People used to read that those days.
Okay.
So there it started, I suppose, when I was studying. Then out of the blue, one day I wanted to conduct few classes in my childhood when I was studying, and I was giving tuitions as well as I was teaching mehendi also. So then it started while studying. I was a scholar throughout, gold medalist, and then that time I think I have thought that I should have a parallel income line for rather than my profession.
Oh, very early you thought that.
Yeah, yeah. So, and it gives me happiness actually.
Okay.
See, people think that money is a baggage and all that, but money is happiness also, if you see in that direction. So you can buy everything with that, though not the other things. But see, when I was practicing for 15 years, I started my practice in 2000. So after that, in 2014, suddenly the thought came to me that which medicines we are buying, why not manufacture them? Because there is a huge margin in that. So I'm a homeopath basically. And then I wanted to start a new line with the herbal cosmetics, herbal manufacturing unit. I pursued that, got one place, fulfilled every criteria which requires a license.
Okay.
There are all preliminaries to establish a manufacturing unit for the herbal medicines.
Okay.
So we fulfilled everything and started in 2014. I got the license in 2014.
Nice.
So we had 32 products and few were cosmetics. And
Okay.
cosmetics, as you know, it's very dear to the women, all females
Yes.
use it.
Right.
And then we started manufacturing the herbal organic products.
Okay.
And it has a good demand from all over India, you can say. And this is not a OTC product. OTC is
What
over
is-
over the counter.
Okay.
Like you can get some kajals
Without
and
prescription.
some
Okay.
cosmetics on the counter. So this
Yeah.
can be taken. This cannot be taken without prescription, but it is supplied to the doctors.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a B2B business. So we supply to the doctors.
Okay.
And this is the 11th year, and we have established ourselves.
Nice.
And we do export also
Okay.
to the South Asian countries where
Right.
the demand is too much, tremendous.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how many people work for your company
Nearly 50 women work for us. It is all women industry.
now? Okay.
Yeah, even our sales girls are there who are women only. Sales
Okay.
girls means. So we have not hired marketing managers who are males. It's only women
Right.
driven.
Right. So was it out of a plan or it?
No, it
became-
happened like that because see, my vibes might be like that. So whoever, if it is a girl or if it is a woman, if she is in need, because of my social activities, many women come in my contact, and then we hire them. We end up hiring them.
Right.
We first train them and then we hire them. So this is how that network has expanded actually.
Okay.
And I'm very proud of them because they work with their intensity, integrity, and the outcome is always good and beautiful.
Nice.
And to the precision also.
Yeah. I was going through your profile and also your websites about these products, and pretty impressive branding work that you have done there, and your reach is widespread. So all this, it looks now very nice and rosy. So I want to understand what was the trigger? How did you get this idea? Why this business? How did you come out with the product, and whether you should go retail or whether you should go to B2B? Tell us something about that initial
Sure.
step.
I'll come to that. See, first I was a professional, as I told you, for the first 10 years. I was maintaining my practice, my family, my column writing in newspapers, and we used to prescribe the medicines. So one fine day I thought that when we are prescribing these medicines, we are feeding the different channel, like those MRs, those manufacturing companies, the vendor who is there in the city, all that channel they are enjoying the margins. And doctors are left with a very little margin, you can say, because
Right.
we don't get any perks on whatever we prescribe. Patient is benefited though, but that quality, that outcome of the medicine, means the result of the medicine is not maintained. So I thought that let us manufacture those medicines, and I am very proud to say that I am the first one to get the homeopathic manufacturing license in Karnataka.
Amazing.
Because what happened some 8 years back,
Yeah.
the Ayush, it separated homeopathy from Ayush.
Right.
And the H went to allopathy section because of lot of compatibility studies, stability studies, precision work, then quality control, the laboratory works. So all that had to be fulfilled. We fulfilled everything and we got the license.
So you had to struggle to get the license,
Yes, of
unlike the
course.
previous generation
Of course,
homeopathic.
because Ayush laws and regulations are different, and allopathic laws and regulations are quite different, and they require much more expertise from your side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why not look at products which can go in mass market and retail? Why did you choose this particular
This
category
market
of
is very huge. There are big bulls in the marketing industry. Marketing is the biggest challenge which we are facing actually, because it requires, rather than the manufacturing, you require a lot of money for marketing, marketing strategies. Then money is quite huge, which is required. So we got the different channel, that is to the doctors, that is a B2B.
Okay.
So it requires less marketing. So the margin benefit is directly given to the doctor and passed on to the patient also. Means, suppose we are manufacturing the product for 10 rupees.
Correct.
It is sold at 200 rupees. So who is paying that? The patient is paying.
Absolutely.
So we have given it to the doctors. When doctors sell it to the patient, that 10 rupees product is given on the 20 rupees basis. So that huge margin is saved,
Okay.
and patient is, at the end of the day, he is or she is benefited.
Okay.
So that was the
So
lookout
you
for
shortened
B2B.
that distribution
Yes,
channel.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah, and homeopathic practice, people prefer their own products. So we brand according to the doctor's name also. Suppose I am a so and so doctor, XYZ doctor. So we brand that medicine on his name and give the package to him. So he is
Okay.
also benefited.
Nice. But does that require a lot of clearances or certifications and
No,
things like
no,
that?
no,
Okay.
no. Once the manufacturing is
License
done,
is clear.
it's done.
Yeah.
Your batch is printed.
Yeah.
Then you can brand it to the
Market
doctor
it.
also. Yes.
Okay. Amazing. And all this setting up the plant, developing the initial medication formulations, everything must have incurred a lot of investment, right? So how did
Yes.
you organize finance? Was it out of your savings? Was it out of debt? Was it out of investor? What route did you take to
It
fund
was
the
out
ventures?
of my savings only.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I never wanted to pledge my property, which is my family property or family assets. I never wanted to pledge it. So it was from my savings only. We started from the very basic idea, that is very basic manufacturing, and then we branched it out. So the profit was turned into the further
Capital
yes,
further,
yes,
and then
yes.
you grew organically
Yes,
from
organically.
there. And then
And when your product is good, it is accepted, and definitely you grow.
right.
Yeah.
So
That is the funda, you can say.
right. And then when you are also growing organically, you get time to perfect things and then also
Exactly,
reach and create a
exactly.
long-lasting market. So
Yeah, slow and steady, but the best.
yeah, right. So how much of your customers they come back to continue to buy from you? What is the kind of iteration and new customer addition you have to do, or your existing customers are only increasing their uptake from you?
See, when we started homeopathic manufacturing, there is one branch called as the Bach flower remedies.
Right.
Those flower remedies, they act only on your psyche, that is your psychiatric or a psychological aspect. So these are the medicines which you can read and take. There is no prescription required for that.
Okay.
So we have developed some blendings of these medicines. So few medicines are blended into one, and for anxiety, for stress, for day-to-day activities, when you don't have confidence, when you are under depression, when you have tension, when you are in sorrow of losing someone from your family,
Okay.
when you are like for bereavement, means someone from your family is lost, and you are just into that sorrow, you are not able to come out.
Okay.
Then to leave the drinking habits, smoking habits, for that we have wonderful medicines. Few people have phobias, few people have panic attacks,
Right.
so they don't want to go for the allopathic medicines. So for them we have developed these medicines, which is a blend.
Right.
Blend of different medicines and can be taken on your own.
Right.
Though we provide online consultations also, and this is a online portal, so you can directly purchase it.
Okay.
And from the mouth to mouth publicity, we are getting clients into this. When
Okay.
one person uses, he or she recommends to the his family, his friends, his circle, his network.
Okay.
So this is how we are growing.
And is this category of medicines well aware to all the doctors, or you have to
Yes,
educate
yes.
them or create a lot
No,
of
no,
awareness?
it is well accepted, and well awareness is there among the
Awareness
doctors
is
also,
there.
among the patients also. Yes.
Right, right. And then how much marketing and advertising investments you have to do to create your market?
To
Or is
market
it-
this, we have taken only Google help. Google marketing, Google ads. We
Okay.
generate very nice Google ads. Google marketing is done.
Okay,
Yeah, and social media.
right.
Yeah, social media helps a lot.
Okay,
A educated person only opts for this option, So that is the target group, you can say.
okay.
So people are well aware of this product and they are using it. They are using it randomly.
Right.
We don't want that those products to be used randomly. That is why we have blended them in a proper proportion, and the proper dosage is printed on the leaflet. Everything is given ready-made in the hands of the patients. That is how it is growing actually.
Nice. And are these factories different? Like you have a homeopathic
Yes.
medicine factory and then this.
Yes. Homeopathic manufacturing is completely different.
Because it
Allopathic
has to
and
adhere to those.
yes,
quality
all
checks.
the compliances are to be met.
Okay.
So it is totally different, and herbal manufacturing is totally different.
Okay. And which of the two is, kind of, is one a bigger business for you than the other?
Herbal is a bigger business to me because it is now a 10 years baby,
Right.
and homeopathic is a 6 years baby.
Okay.
It is growing slowly, steadily,
Right.
but herbal is established.
Right. And you have your established market that is
Yes,
growing.
yes.
So, and do you also export
Yes,
both
we do.
these
We do.
products? Okay.
Yeah.
And how much of the revenues, if you have to say percentage wise, comes from outside India?
It's quite 30% you can say of total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you have to do a lot of,
Yes, we had to do
things
lot
to
of
go out of the
R&D for the exports because few doctors who are practicing in Southeast Asia. So few of my classmates were they have settled there. So
Okay.
through them we got the proper channels.
Right.
We could unite those doctors, and then we started supplying to them.
And did you have to do a lot of work on clearances and certificates
Yes,
to go out of India?
definitely.
Okay. How did you manage all
It
that?
is
How
quite
did you-
stringent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what were the channels you used, and how did you succeed in that? Clearances.
There are many channels in the drug industry who help you. There are many intermediate companies also who
Right.
help to establish those. We have taken professional help.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it is not possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So there are agencies who can help you to
yes,
get these certifications.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And I see that you're someone who has also been spreading a lot of awareness about health benefits of certain health habits, lifestyle, and things like that. So how do you balance your time between your medical practice, your consults, and awareness programs, your business, and you do a lot for the society
Yes.
through various organizations?
I think that is a passion which drives you, and that is how I can manage my time. So life, work, balance is always required. If you learn to manage your time, you have time for everything.
Great.
So you can enjoy your life, you can give time to family, you can branch out in your practice, you can branch out in your entrepreneurship. Everything can be done. And I love to talk, I love to educate people, I counsel my patients, and through that, see, I used to write in the newspapers. But
Yes.
as I said before, the readers are less now. Listeners are more, or the viewers are more. So social media is watched, YouTube is watched, on some short reels are also watched. So I have switched to that channel now. I used to write, now I talk, and people
Nice.
listen.
Very nice. So when you look at these entities, when you visit your factory, you have a running factory, everything is automated, as you told me. Was it very difficult to build this workforce, train them, because it's a very stringent process
Yes,
to make
yes.
them give importance to cleanliness and things like that? Or
Yes,
how did
of
you
course,
manage that?
of
Yeah.
course it is. Because handling the medicines, manufacturing them, packing them, it requires a hygienic condition. Many rules are to be followed. So first we train them, because in Belgaum, if you see for the trained labor, it is very difficult to get the trained labor here, and especially in the pharma industry. So first we train them for 3 months on the
Okay.
probation period, and then we hire them.
Right.
So that is the right approach and right way to get the work done. Otherwise, every time you have to break your head in front of them that this has not happened, that has not happened, this has not met the expectations and all that.
So before
Yeah.
you put them into the production
Yes,
floor,
definitely,
you train them
definitely.
properly, and then you
even the
implement.
sweepers and the janitors, they are supposed to be trained.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Only then you can maintain the
Yes,
required
yes.
hygiene. and
Otherwise, not
definition.
possible.
Nice. And was it easy to get the required manpower in the
It
place
was
like
not
Belgaum?
easy. It was not easy. But see, I should not offend anyone, but ladies are more they want to learn more nowadays.
Okay,
They
okay.
want to learn. They want to adapt. They want to change themselves.
Okay.
And that is a fascinating journey to them also and to me also. It's very nice to see a village lady
Right.
transform into a trained lady who can work for the factories.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's satisfying to me also.
That is what I thought, that you must have had a lot of these people coming in
Yes,
from
yes.
rural regions.
Yes.
So that makes it even
It was
more
a challenge
difficult
previously.
to train them.
Yes.
Right. But you have put a process
Yes.
to train and then
Yes.
put them onto
Of
shop
course.
floor.
Of course.
Nice. And in terms of organizational managing at this scale now that you are there, have you set up a supervisory system hierarchy, and then
Yes.
auto mode where they don't have to depend on you? How did you manage to get out of the operations and make it go
Yeah.
on its own?
Yeah. We have managers who manage all those things. And being like, if some untrained lady comes, and if she is well enough, and she wants to learn something, then we definitely take them to the next stream. That is how the hierarchy is maintained,
Right.
because we observe the ladies who are very sincere and want to do something in life. Then definitely we train them for the higher things. Yeah.
So you prefer to uplift the existing team to the next level,
Yes, definitely.
right? And how do you choose? What are your 1, 2, 3 points to see and look at a person that no, this person can be now given an elevation, an upgrade in the profile? How do you gauge that? What do you look
First
in a
is
person?
sincerity.
Okay.
Second is integrity.
Okay.
And third is time management. If they fit into all these three criteria, they definitely go to the places.
Amazing.
Irrespective of your education. I had a lady who was like, she was a Tamilian, settled in Belgaum. She was a janitor first in our premises.
Okay.
But she was very sincere, very up to the mark. She used to talk very positively, and then she raised to the supervisor.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
So,
same qualities.
same with the
Sincerity,
same qualities.
integrity, and time.
Instead, like, she never had a formal education. So that is how the things happen.
Okay. And is it then, does education play a role in when you want to train someone? If the person is not well versed with the academics, not gone to school, or maybe gone to very preliminary school, versus somebody who comes with a bare, like, minimal graduation, do you find it easy or difficult to train them on?
Yes. See, on the assembly line or the supervising line, it's okay if you don't have the education. But
Right.
when you have to collect the data, you have to analyze the data, you have to do the statistics, then the education has to be there.
Right.
So we have two categories, educated and uneducated. So those are two different channels, you can say, and that is how we give them the responsibilities.
Right. So with this milestones that you have achieved now and the kind of market that you've created, what is next for these businesses? What's your aspiration?
Actually, I want to set up a large scale industry. I used to work on the liposomes also. It is a upcoming branch in the nutraceuticals. So let's see how it goes up.
Okay. So the business plan is cooking up
Yes,
now.
definitely.
Amazing. So truly serial entrepreneur. Look forward to hearing about the ventures.
Yes.
So to come now to take a little deviation from your entrepreneurial journey, while you're providing employment and lifestyle upgradation to so many women, you're also contributing a lot to the society through your NGOs, Niyati Foundation, right? And you do work in the area of, if I'm right, in education, and also on de-addiction, if I'm right.
Yes.
So tell us more about that. What are those activities?
See, basically, I'm a practitioner. I'm a doctor. So people come with ailments, and with every ailment there is a psychological background.
Okay.
And we definitely, at least me, I definitely analyze the person on his psychological background. So there are many people who have difficulties in life, and then they end up in the diseases.
Right.
So one lady, all of the sudden, all of nowhere, she came to me. She was 17 years old, and she was telling me that I have a exam phobia. I just casually counseled her and said that nothing will happen. Just concentrate on your studies. I'll give something for the concentration, for memory and confidence. I gave her medicines, and the very next week she committed suicide. That was the triggering point. It was a blow, like why this happened and why at such a young age, when you have to bloom into the youth, you have to get married, you have to have your life in front of you, and you commit suicide. So after that we started counseling school going children, especially the 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th and 12th.
Right.
where the examination stress is there.
Okay.
So the first mission was Mission No Suicide.
Right.
And without organizing a team, it was impossible. So we founded Niyati Foundation.
Yes.
Niyati is fate.
Hmm.
See, you are doing all so many good things. Today I am here, tomorrow I may not be there.
Right.
So that is your fate. So Niyati, it should help you to live your life happily. That is how we went to the schools, went to the colleges, we counseled children, and then we understood that only study is not the hindrance, that is not a problem. Drug addiction is number one problem. Relationship problems is the second problem, and third number is the studies. So that is how we got the statistics, and then we started counseling children. Many children from professional colleges, they used to come for the
Okay.
de-addiction.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to say that ganja is not a drug. Even our Lord Shiva takes ganja.
Okay.
Then we had to start from the basic that it is a drug.
Okay.
Yeah, it is not something that you use on your daily basis.
Okay.
So I don't want to take the names of the colleges and all, but this is still happening. Lot of
Shocking.
work is required.
Okay.
Lot of work is required. People are very less because as a team we have to work. Not only one person cannot take this challenge. So we drove the second campaign, that was say no to drugs.
Okay.
So that was another campaign. And then we understood that there is a communication gap between parents and children. And that is why these things are happening. Women are busy in front of TV and kitchen, and men are busy in their day-to-day life, work and stress and all everything. Children are just fed and sent to the schools or colleges and forgotten.
Okay.
That is how it is happening. So the communication between parents and children is very essential. And if it is not happening, then we have to educate people. So how it is to be done? To educate a housewife, if you give lecture, after 15 minutes, her mind will wander.
Right.
So we formatted one new game, that is Home Minister.
Okay.
So it was entertainment with education. We used to educate them how to rear your children.
Right.
How to communicate with them. How to stress bust them. So that was the main agenda.
This is a very popular program.
It was a very popular program.
Yeah.
We did with a zest,
Yeah.
and it was very well received also.
Nice.
In and around Belgaum. So it was quite good that time. But the problem still is remaining.
Okay.
Lot of work is required, lot of dedication is required, lot of time is required. That is how it is.
Nice. You touched upon a very sensitive topic because most of us probably believe that drugs is something that happens in the big metros. Drugs is something that happens in some,
Big
clubs
cities,
or
yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But tell us something. Is it already in place like Belgaum? Is
Yes.
it already in
It is there.
rural
It
areas?
is there since many years, and in rural areas also. Last week only one child came to me with his parents, and his mother was crying, saying that ह्या काय करून बसलाय बघा असं करा. I thought he has committed some theft or something,
Okay.
and then मग काय झालं, कशासाठी झालं, नशेडी झालाय हो, असं हे करतोय ते करतोय, आणि तेच पाहिजे म्हणतोय, घरातले पैसे चोरतोय. So this was the story.
Right.
So it is there.
And how old is the child, the kid?
He must be 14 years.
My God. So that's
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah,
It's really
very scary.
scary.
so and even the schools are not very safe. Is what I'm trying to
See,
understand. Or
schools,
how
what they
is it?
can do if
Yeah.
this is given to the child outside the school while going to home.
Yes.
You cannot just.
Of course, school has no control
You have
over
to
that.
make children aware of the side effects
Right.
about the addiction. They really don't know the side effects of addiction actually.
Right.
And nowadays social media and OTT, they have opened all channels to children because
To learn all the wrong things.
yes, they think that all the wrong things are good and you can do everything. Even killing someone is justifiable. They think
Shocking.
it's really shocking.
yeah.
OTT is creating a havoc in society. Yeah.
So what kind of preventive measures that you think can be taken, and is your NGO proactively working on any such programs?
Our NGO is working for women empowerment. It is a broad spectrum term actually.
Correct.
Empowerment, we say that women are empowered and this and that, but the domestic violence shows social violence, social suppression is so much that you just cannot leave it at that. So lot of work is required. Many NGOs can work actually, just making them empowered by giving them some business or giving them some sewing machines and giving them some formal education. It will not help.
Yeah.
We have to change our society actually. The perspective of men while looking at the female is to be changed. You have to teach your son first how to behave rather than teaching your daughter.
And what as a woman, what were your challenges in your journey of starting the company, building the company, and then also going out there in the society and trying to bring a change? What were your difficulties and challenges?
I come from very humble background actually. I was a meritorious student throughout.
Correct.
I was a gold medalist, I told you.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something for society, something for my family,
Yes.
some legacy for my children. So that is how I am trying to build this up. My profession, my entrepreneurial journey. I wrote 3 books. I have authored 3 books. First book was the compilation of compilation of the columns which I used to write in the newspapers. Second book was on the smart city. So it was a totally different subject. And I attended one conclave on smart city. I went into the depth and wrote it because people were not knowing what is smart city.
Yes.
Only the
Correct.
smart word was known to them,
Yeah.
but they never knew till date. People don't know what is smart city actually.
Yeah, like
so
one,
self-sustainable city is a smart city. So that concept I have wrote, and then the third book was Diet and Me. Diet
Okay.
and Me is very dear to everyone. Everyone wants to lose weight.
Yeah.
So that was the perspective of that book.
Okay.
Yeah, and entrepreneurship, if you ask me, I wanted to do something rather than my profession. I always want to do and I always wanted to do. So this has come naturally to me. Maybe I may branch out to some other manufacturing also.
Right.
Yeah, rather than marketing, I have an interest in manufacturing.
So what is the biggest challenge in all the, of course it's not easy. It was
Convincing my family was the biggest challenge.
okay.
Yeah, because you have such a flourishing practice and why
Correct.
you want
You were
to
a doctor
do this.
yourself. You
Even
could
my
have-
mom said that why you want to burden yourself.
Right.
You have so many responsibilities. But that won't keep me stick to my practice and all that.
Yeah.
It's always there.
So that
Maybe I have a extra gene for that.
right. And did you have fights with your family? नहीं मुझे करना है.
No one opposed me
little
as
bit,
such.
yeah.
No one opposed me as such. Everyone helped. But after it was established and it started generating revenue, then everyone was convinced that she
Right.
can do it.
Right. And in the society, in your customer segment or and other stakeholders, did you face any challenges being a woman, or were you well received, well respected, and admired for your work?
No, being a woman, I was definitely well received because I was always firm on my basic statistics, that what I wanted to do and how the business will project in first 5 years.
Correct.
I was always able to convince the superiors, means the licensing authorities or the marketing people. I always used to convince them. But marketing remains the challenge, as I said before. So I was very well received, well respected, and given support also.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Another dimension of your career, like I work with a lot of professionals, founders on planning their personal finances and a holistic personal finance wealth creation portfolio. I've discovered that many of us end up ignoring that aspect. So again, being in hardcore business, into manufacturing, building the business, scaling the business, you're always thinking about financing your company,
Yes.
right? Ensuring salaries happen on time. And when all that was happening, how did you also keep a focus, or when did you realize that you should also build your own personal wealth and create that investment journey, so that you have a corpus for not the business purpose but something that your personal aspirations? When did you start? How did you go about it?
Yes, somewhere in 2010 and 12, there was a biggest hindrance to us. Like somehow our accounts were not in place and all that. Then we faced many bad situations, and it was very traumatic. So financially, it was not traumatic though, but it was emotionally traumatic to me because being a medical professional, the people always say that डॉक्टरांना पैशातलं काय कळत नसते,
Oh, yeah.
कमवायचं कळतंय पण
That's
मॅनेज
still a
करायचं
notion today.
कळत नसते.
Correct.
So I started studying accounting that time
Uh-huh.
and how it is to be done, how it is to be managed.
This was even before you started your manufacturing
Yes, of
business.
course, of course.
Okay.
And then I understood that the accounts have to be maintained in certain ways. Some criterias are to be fulfilled. Only creating money is not important. Investing is also important. So
Right,
that was a
very
turning
right.
point actually.
Okay.
And then we started managing our financial aspect more powerfully.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So then someone introduced me to mutual fund in 2014-15. So since then I'm investing in mutual funds also.
You're 10-year-old already
Yes,
in mutual
yes.
funds. Good.
So bifurcating your income into so many aspects, I have
Right.
learned that time.
Fantastic. And now you can very well categorize and segregate your business
Yes,
finance, your
yes,
personal finance,
yes,
and
yes.
take care
I'm
of
happy
it.
with that now.
Yeah, because most of the founders, especially that I worked with, that separating line doesn't exist. मेरा पैसा business का पैसा है, business का मेरा है. You know, we start with that aspect, and somewhere that creates a lot of difficulties.
Yes.
So going ahead now from here, what is in store with respect to your social work, with respect to the social impact that you want to create, and your business and personal life? How do you see your next decade or so? What are your aspirations?
See, as I told you that I'm working on manufacturing more
Get into something.
yes,
Yeah.
into the medicine itself, because being a doctor, my inclination is towards medicine more. So we may come up with more products. So it might be allopathic, it might be unconventional things also. And as I was working in the social aspect, in the like managing the NGO and all, one thing I have understood that though you work for society, the thing stops in the politics. Because politicians who are our leaders,
Yes.
they have the navigation point. So whatever things are to be done for society, it starts from there.
Right.
So all the resources, everything is handled by them. So if you want to help a poor lady who is in village, her Aadhaar card, her financial aspects, her ration card, you have to go to the sitting MLA for that. Not only for the Aadhaar card and ration card, but managing the things for them,
Right.
for to get the funds for their area, to get her empowered, to get her funds for her medications. Everything depends on the local political circle.
Right.
It might be the Gram Panchayat Adhyaksh,
Yeah.
or it might be MLA or the MP. So from that aspect, I started my inclination towards politics.
Politics, yeah.
So I want to do something for the society. So people think that people come to politics only to earn money.
Right.
But I definitely want to do something. People laugh at me if I say so.
Correct.
But my basic agenda is that I want to do something for the society.
Right.
So definitely I want to contest in the next coming elections. Let's see what happens.
I'm sure luck will favor you, and then all the work that you have done so far, you have all the touch points. You've been an entrepreneur, you've been with society, and I think society also needs leaders like people like you who can sync with them and empathize with them. Any word for the wannabe woman entrepreneurs who's sitting there in the kitchen or in the hall watching at your interview? What would be your suggestion for them? What would be your those few words as to if they're sitting and wondering, I want to start this but pata nahi hoga, nahi hoga, kya hoga, kaise hoga, right? So what would you tell them?
See, for the homemakers or even educated or professional ladies who want to do something for the society, something for their families, they should come out, put their ideas. Just don't worry about the finances and all. People will come and support you if you have that potential, if you have that passion. Only potential is not important, only passion is not important, hard work is also important.
Yeah.
So some are arambhashurs, means they start it and then forget it. It's not like that, it is a journey. So entrepreneurship is a journey. You have to face lot many challenges, you have to overcome them, and then you will be successful. Success never comes in the, you can say, it doesn't come as a bullet.
Right.
It comes in steps.
Right.
Yeah. So that can be a takeaway, you can say.
Great. And for those who have this mindset of thinking, I am a woman, what can I do? I am not strong, I don't have money, right? What
Yeah.
would you tell?
Our society is slowly, gradually, it's overcoming that gender bias now.
Right.
Because lady is respected. At least in the middle class and the affluent class, lady is respected. And to say even the lower class now, the ladies are working more in the lower class. I should not say ki lower class, but the developing class, you can say.
Developing, yeah.
So that lady is working, even her husband is earning, and they are earning together, they are educating their children. Now education is the thing that every home has the awareness.
Right.
They are educating their children, and girls are getting receiving more education because of their intensity and integrity. So that balance, automatically somewhere nature is balancing our society, I suppose.
Fantastic. So that was Dr. Sonali Sarnobat for all of you. Truly a multifaceted personality. And we discovered her spirit in entrepreneurship, her passion for social impact, and her aspiration to do more for the society through her political journey going ahead. We wish all the best, you, Dr. Sonali.
Thank you so much.
We definitely are confident that you will achieve all that you are aspiring. Look forward to meeting you again, and then
Thank you
cover
so
your
much.
story sometime later with more accolades and achievements. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much for it.
And best of luck to you this endeavor. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.